Microsoft, the hell is going on with you right now? Sup peeps, Saw here, and this is going to be a video talking about the current state of Xbox. Now, I'm not feeling 100%, so you might notice my voice sounding a little different in this video and also in the videos that I shall be recording for the rest of this week. I'm not 100%, but I just wanted to make this video talking about the current situation that's going on with Xbox. Now, those of you who don't know, Gamescom was yesterday, and they announced at Gamescom the release date for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. But after that, they also revealed the release date for an Xbox, for a PlayStation 5 version of the game. Now, Phil Spencer had gone on record before this, and sorry about the lighting, I can't do anything about it right now, had gone on record and said they were not going to be releasing this game on PlayStation. He specifically said he had a game coming up that was on PlayStation and it was not Indiana Jones. Now, I'm not annoyed about this game coming to PlayStation. In fact, I'm happy that it's going to be, because more people get to play it. But here's the thing. I ask you this question, Xbox. Do you actually want people to buy your console? Do you actually want people to buy your console? Or are you just giving up? Because here is the thing. You had one job with this game. Sony had incentivized people to buy a PlayStation 5 to play Spider-Man. You could have used this as an incentive to convince people to get an Xbox. Now, obviously, you didn't do that. Now, here's another question for you. Why should anybody... Right, let's just put points out there. You're putting your exclusives on other platforms. You have a lot of third-party games now skipping your console. So tell me, why should anybody get an Xbox Series X over a PlayStation 5 or a PC? Explain that to me, because this is the thing here. You haven't incentivized at all. You haven't incentivized people to buy your console. You're not incentivizing people to do this. Instead, what you've done is you basically told the user base, the ecosystem that you still somehow have, that you do not care about them. You've basically told them, yeah, we know you still support our consoles, but we're not making any exclusives to you anymore. Consoles live and die by the exclusives that they have. And you are currently in a situation when you are no longer stagnant. You are in a massive, massive decline. To the point you are starting to look eerily like Sega with the Dreamcast. But the problem is, you have all of the tools at your disposal to make this get turned around, to succeed at this. All you have to do is make different decisions. Instead of making all of these games on every platform and then buying up all these studios, focus on what you have. Because the problem here is pretty cut and dry. You need these consoles and these games. Sorry, I'm moving the... There we go. I'm more in frame now. You need these exclusives. And I know you have Xbox fans who are seeing doom and gloom, and you also on the flip side have Xbox fans saying Sony should do the same, that Nintendo should do the same. Why should they? Just because the company that you blindly support like a sheep is doing these boneheaded decisions when it comes to exclusives, why should Nintendo and Sony do the same? There's no incentive for them to do the same because they're succeeding in the exclusive market. Yes, with PlayStation, there may not be many exclusives right now, but the ones they do have do succeed. First party, anyway. So, like, for example, Astrobot is still was, when it was announced, #1 on pre-orders on Amazon for like 3 weeks. But the problem here is, you have the tools at your disposal to make this work. Do you know how many people? And the release date was perfectly set. December. The Christmas period. If you had kept it, let us not even address the fact that you didn't need to keep it exclusive. If you had just postponed the announcement of the PlayStation 5 version until after the Xbox version had released, you could have fixed this entire situation. People would still have bought the Xbox version. Yes, they would have been pissed that they just paid $500 or £500 for a console for one game that was coming to another platform in a few months, but by that point they would have already bought into an ecosystem. If you want people, and it's all well and good you saying Xbox is a play anywhere system or Game Pass is Xbox now. Here's the thing. For you to incentivize people to sign up for Game Pass, you need to have the games that incentivize people to join it in the first place. Putting your games on another system and saying, yeah, why would you join up for Game Pass and buy our system and sign up for Game Pass when you can literally just play it on the system that you already own? And don't give me well, it's $70 on PlayStation and basically through an Xbox. Don't give me that shit. Because that's not an excuse. In fact, that's enabling the idea that Xbox gamers don't buy games. At this point in time, with Xbox putting all of their eggs in the Game Pass basket and hoping it to turn a profit, they're failing in that regard with the simple fact they're bringing their games to other platforms. And it's not even a case of they're doing it because they're going bankrupt. They're not going bankrupt. They're doing it because them having the games specifically on Xbox isn't making enough money for them. They're doing it because they want their name on everything. I'm guaranteeing you now, and I know they have a next-gen Xbox and will works. Here's another thing. Here is the other side of that coin. How are you going to incentivize people to buy the next-gen Xbox if they know for a fact basically every exclusive, that every first-party game that's on that system is also on the competition, and also games that are not on your system? Because currently, if you look at it, Xbox Series X versus PS5, both are not in a 100% fantastic position in terms of output of game exclusives, but PS5 genuinely is the more enticing offer to people, because they have basically most of the worthwhile games that Xbox has, and their own games, and third-party games that for some reason skip Xbox. And you're seeing these games skipping Xbox because the writing is on the fucking wall. The writing, in the words of Sam Smith in the song Writing on the Wall from movie Spectre, the writing is on the fucking wall. Well, he didn't say the F word, but you get the point. The writing is on the wall. These developers can see where the Xbox ecosystem is headed towards. They can see it. They can see where it's heading. It is not heading in a positive direction. There may be some people, blind fanboys mostly, who would like you to believe that they are heading in a positive direction. They are not. You need the exclusives to entice people into your system. Because the problem here is, Xbox as a brand is dying. Xbox as a brand is dying because Microsoft has put all their eggs in the Game Pass basket, realizing now, oh wait, yeah, that's not actually as beneficial to us in terms of profits as we thought. So let's put it on other platforms. This is the biggest game that you have for this year. You had that killer show at Summer Games Fest where you announced so many great games that were coming. And I know the irony of this is in spring 2025, I'll be playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on my channel. That's going to be the irony of this. I'm aware of that. But this video still needs to be made to address this point. When have you ever seen... Okay, I will use ancient... Well, not ancient consoles, but old consoles as logic points here. When did you see, back in the 90s, did you see GoldenEye on PlayStation? Did you see Crash Bandicoot on Nintendo 64? Did you see Kingdom Hearts on GameCube? Did you see Halo on PlayStation 2? Did you see Wind Waker on Xbox? No, because back in those days, all of the companies had their own exclusives because they knew it was important. And I know a lot of people of the belief, oh, the industry is going in a different direction, exclusives don't matter. Exclusives do not matter as much as they used to, unless you're Nintendo, in which case they matter immensely. But they still matter in the grand scheme of things. If you can offer nothing that's unique, if you can offer nothing that is unique to your ecosystem, why should people invest in it? These people, and yes, I have an Xbox Series X, and I have a PlayStation 5 and a Switch and a Steam Deck, so I'm not in any way, shape, or form a fanboy of any of these systems. But here's the thing. Xbox's ecosystem right now is at a point where it's at the worst it's been in terms of consumer support and belief. The reason why people are not buying Xbox Series X and S's is pretty straightforward. They're not buying it because they know for a fact any of the games that are worth getting for it are going to be on other platforms anyway. And if you're a casual gamer who has an interest in these other games, you're going to default to PlayStation because it's the more, well, in the grand scheme of things and in gaming history, it's the more reliable it's the more recognized and the more reliable. And also with PS5, you get the games that Xbox are offering you, get the games that are multi-platform that somehow skip Xbox for whatever reason, and you also get the exclusives. So where is the incentive to get an Xbox instead? Same with PC. PC offers you the same experiences that you can get on both systems. So where the fuck is the incentive? There's even less of an incentive to get an Xbox. And when Microsoft are actively putting Xbox in smart TVs and those Fire Stick things, there's still, again, even less of a reason to own the system. There is zero incentive and zero reason to own an Xbox right now. I mean, if you already own one, great. But let's be honest here. If you own all the systems, including a PC, Xbox is kind of pointless. And if you can only own one system, and you want a system that has everything, Xbox ain't it. Because all of the games that are first party are going elsewhere as well, and they're missing a massive chunk of the multi-platform games now. We are in this time period where Xbox is at their lowest. And I know they're coming out of Next Gen Xbox, but again, I raised the same question that I raised before. How are they going to market that to people? And how are they going to incentivize people to buy it if people will know for a fact basically anything that it can offer, both PlayStation and probably, if the rumors are true of the specs of the Switch 2, Nintendo can do as well? Where's the incentive? Where's the point? You have to have a legitimate reason for people to buy these systems. And if you're not going to incentivize people to buy the system, why will they buy it? They won't. This is why your sales are in the fucking toilet. Your sales are in the toilet, and consumer support is in the fucking toilet because you just don't fucking care enough. You're not doing enough anymore to accommodate the user base that you do have. You've got people who've been loyal to your brand since the fucking original Xbox, who you are shitting on by constantly telling them lie after lie after fucking lie. It's like that song, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. You keep lying to your consumers. And with the fucking way that you're marketing Game Pass now with those tiers, in the words of the motherfucking princess, why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? Xbox right now is in that weird place where they're somehow succeeding by failing. They are failing, but somehow also succeeding. But the success is fleeting because they keep making bonehead decisions. And yes, I'm aware that others, they all make bonehead decisions too. But the difference here is they have things they can offer that the competition does not have. Xbox can't frickin' say the same anymore. Yes, there's Halo and Forza, but they're also on PC. And again, even if they weren't on PC, and even then, how long do you think is going to be before you see stuff like Halo on PlayStation or Forza on PlayStation? Like, how long do you think it's going to be before we see this? Because it's going to happen eventually. If they're putting the heaviest hitter for the year on the opposing platform, what's to stop them putting their flagship Halo on there? Nothing. Because the point of the matter is this, and the point remains this. Xbox to Microsoft is nothing more than a gaming brand. It's no longer to them a console brand. It is no longer a priority to them to make these games and all this stuff to sell consoles. That's not their goal. Their goal is to get an Xbox device or some form of Game Pass device in more people's homes. The problem is, you can't. That's all well and good. That's a fine, goal. That's a fine goal. I have nothing against that goal. I think that's an admirable goal in this industry. Giving more people access to your games, that's good. That's fantastic. That's consumer friendly. The problem is, you're trying to do it at the same time you have a $500 fucking console on the goddamn market. You can't do both. You can't appeal to the mass audience away from the console while the console is out there in the wild. Because you're alienating your gaming consumers. People who pay exorbitant amounts a year on your consoles, on Game Pass subscriptions and accessories and all whatever the hell else. You are shitting on them right now, and you're making them look devalued because you're basically saying, yeah, you've supported us all these years, but we don't care enough about you now. You cannot have it both ways. You literally cannot have it both ways. You cannot have it be, oh, Game Pass is the big money-making machine. Let's put it in smart TVs. Let's put it in those Kindle Fire Sticks. Let's put it in all this and this and this. But then also have a $500 console on the market, but you have to accommodate. You can't do both, because what you're basically doing is you're telling all those people who spent that money on those consoles, fuck you, thanks for the money, but fuck you, you get nothing. You will get nothing and be fucking happy about it, is what you're telling them. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, you're bringing games to other platforms, they're eating good. But meanwhile, the people who you should be trying to appease the most, you are actually alienating and treating like shit. Being an Xbox, I will say this now, okay? This is my analogy for what being an Xbox fan, and only an Xbox fan in gaming must feel like. Being in a very, very volatile, abusive relationship. What do I mean by that? Continuously being abused, continuously being lied to, and continuously being promised things and being told, please stay with us, we'll treat you right, we'll right the wrongs. Only to then be given the same shit and the same spiel all over again every single time. And I know at this point, the smart thing to say, or the snarky thing to say, would be it's your own fault and you deserve it for sticking with them going when they're doing all this shit. But no, you don't deserve that. You deserve to be told the fucking truth. If a game is only going to be, if a first-party game is only going to be exclusive to your console for 6 fucking months, you need to tell people up fucking front when you reveal the damn thing, oh, it's only going to be exclusive for 6 fucking months. Don't lie to people and say, oh yeah, it's exclusive to them, it's not going anywhere else, only to then, a few months later down the line, suddenly be like, oh yeah, it's coming to the competition's platform too. It's brutal honesty here. Brutal fucking honesty here. That is snake oil. You are basically being told what they're doing is, okay, Xbox fans, I'm talking directly to you right now, okay? What they're doing to you is a manipulation tactic. They are telling you what they know you want to hear, okay? They're telling you what they know that you want to hear. So, so you believe them, you stay in their ecosystem, you don't go elsewhere. Okay? They know if they tell you the stuff you want to hear, you'll keep giving them second chances. Because the truth of the matter is, you have been lied to by Phil Spencer and others at Xbox and the Xbox division of Microsoft for literal years. You've been lied to by them for literal years, and yet you stick with them because you are loyal. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? There's nothing wrong with being loyal to them, because you probably grew up playing their games. You know? You probably grew up playing only their platform, so you're loyal to them. And you keep believing in them. And you keep believing that they will see you right. But the problem is, they keep doing it to you time and time again, and there has to come a tipping point. There has to come a point when you open your eyes and realize it's just not worth it anymore. To be lied to so many times and be told, this is coming, this is coming, this is coming, this is exclusive, this is exclusive, this is exclusive, to then be told the exact fucking opposite. There has to come a point where you all just start to realize you are being abused. You are being abused. You are being fooled. They are telling you exactly what they know that you want to hear, because they know if they outright tell you the fucking truth, you'll fucking abandon ship. They know this. They know this. Because they know for a fact they're not the only game in town. No pun intended. So they know if they tell you this bunch of lies, you'll believe it. And you'll stick with them. Because they seriously think that you are idiots. At this point, they have to think you're stupid. To do this to you this many times, they've got to think you're completely stupid. And I know I'm probably making myself a target by making this video. But the point of the matter is this. Somebody has to speak up and say the fucking truth. They have no clue what they're doing anymore when it comes to seeing their fan base right. Like I said, they're marketing Game Pass and Xbox as this play anywhere thing, while still having a $500 console on the fucking market. How about you start focusing on those people, and then after a fucking fashion, then you start focusing on the play anywhere aspect. Because right now, there is literally zero fucking reason for anybody to buy an Xbox. And Game Pass can't even be used as a reason anymore, because that's on everything too. That's on PC. That's on smart TVs. That's on these fiber stick things. That's on goddamn mobile phones. So you can't even use that as a selling point for Xbox anymore. The one thing that you could have used for a selling point was, the two things you could have used were Game Pass and having a massive IP like Indiana Jones exclusive. And you fucking dropped the ball on both regards. And now you wonder why sales of your platform are fucking in the toilet and tanking. They're tanking because you don't give people a reason to buy your system. Nobody is going to buy a system that there's zero benefits to owning. Because there's not. But there's zero benefits to owning an Xbox. And even if you own a Series X with a disc drive, there's no benefits to that either, because the games aren't even on the fucking disc. The disc is on Xbox, the discs are literally a fucking license to play the game. Yeah, they're literally a license to play the game. The fucking game ain't even on it. But with PlayStation, the game's on it. With fucking Switch, the game's on the cartridge. Most of the time, sometimes it's not. So there's not even the whole physical aspect. And backwards compatibility, yeah, okay. There's emulators for that. So, there's zero. Backwards compatibility is literally the only thing that you have right now. And even that is selective. Even that is selective. Because not every Xbox Series, not every Xbox and Xbox 360 game is backwards compatible. So even that is selective. You have zero fucking big fat zero incentive to make people buy your system. And when you keep taking your exclusives and putting them elsewhere, you're giving people even less of a reason to buy your system. This is why your sales are in the fucking toilet. Because you have there is zero reason to buy your fucking system. Okay, I've ranted enough. My voice is going, and I still have to record tonight for the rest of the week. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. If you like what you saw, smack that like button, slap the notification bell, smash that subscribe button. This is Sora, signing out. Lay you guys, peace.